Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. Happy New Year to all of you. Why am I saying? I'm your host, Jem.
And I'm Sophia.
And this is GNO TV.
I'm here. And it's you that I want to need. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking good. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking good.
We are back, people, with a bang. Chelsea Ladies Show, episode 3. How are you doing, ladies? You all good? Happy New Year, boys.
Yeah, Happy New Year to all you guys.
Happy New Year.
Right, so we have two special guests joining us today as well. Two people that I hold dearly to my heart. One in the name of... let's do this properly. She's on Midnight Vibes. I met her originally on Monster CFC's channel. It's Lambs. How we doing, Lambs?
Hey. Thank you guys for inviting me.
How are things? Yeah, it's nice to have you here. Now, I mean, you were meant to come here the last week and a week after, but at least you're here. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean? So I can't complain.
Honestly, let's leave the madness of 2020 and 2020 and start this year off right.
She's had mad. That's definitely it. The last guest that's coming in is someone that I hold dearly close to me. She is family to me. She runs the Roman army on the football terrace. For me, she don't hold back. And I love it. This is why I like her so much. She just doesn't hold back with her opinions, and she is the original in my eyes. Here she is, Anita.
Hey, that was so lovely, by the way. Thank you. I really appreciate the introduction. I thought it was beautiful. Thanks.
I'm struggling with what you're saying. Yeah.
It was emotional.
Look, honestly, you deserve it. It's been an honour to be on the terrace and you actually being sort of, running it, doing the Chelsea show. I think it's the best show. It is the best show on the planet. Let's be serious, actually. So it's the best. It's so much fun with it. Yeah.
And Gold Diggers. Yeah.
Gold Diggers. Midnight Vibes.
Midnight Vibes is up there, though. Let's be real. It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there. And GNA TV. Let's not forget about that too.
Yeah, appreciate that. We are trying to go crazy. Right, we're going to talk about Chelsea, and we're going to talk about Frank Lampard, and I'm going to go to Lamp first because I want to get your opinions on him. We know what Sophia thinks, we know what Beth thinks, and we know what Charlotte thinks about him, but I don't know what you two think about him. So start with you, Lambs. Frank Lampard, how are you feeling about him at the moment? Do you think he's still being with the job, or do you think that maybe we should potentially look to get rid of him? Are you in or out?
I'm absolutely Frank Lampard out. I think he's a Chelsea legend. Like, that's it. The novelty is over now. Like, that's it. The honeymoon period is done. Let's face it and look at the facts. He has the same win percentage as AVB. Do you remember how that went for us? And he went, so there's no excuse. He has to go. He's been backed. He's got the players at his disposal. Apart from Ziyech, everyone's fit. So why isn't it working? He's playing players out of position. He's dropping players who should be playing to accommodate players who he has a soft spot for, let's not lie. And time again, we're literally looking at lineups and thinking, why isn't this person playing? Why is he playing out of position? Why is this person starting? And when we see the results again, like I'm not surprised. I'm not even really surprised anymore. So I think it's time, really and truly. He's just done.
So you're actually Lampard out. You're the first person to say Lampard out on me, you know that. The other three next to me are all in and in with him. Anita, that puts you in a bit of a funny position. How do you feel? Same question, in or out?
Do you know what? I'm with Lamb, but I'm not like a hardcore Lampard out. Like I believe in fairness in it. I think there's many managers out there who are given the opportunity to make their team, you know, like Ole last season, he was given opportunity to make his team, find out what works, blah, blah, blah. But like Lam said, like some of the decisions he's making is so questionable. Like sometimes I look at the lineup and I'm like, so what? Where's Callum? Okay, so Thiago and Zuma can't play. Where's Tomori? Like it's just so questionable. And then watching Timo Werner on the left for God knows how many freaking games, we all see he's frustrated. We all see he cannot play on the left. Just put him in his position. Like it's really difficult. And Lampard is my legend. Like after Drogba, it's Lampard for me, and it's hard, but he needs to either change up what his thought process, or by February before the Champions League, if I don't see any improvement, I will be a hardcore Lampard out. Right now, it's like I'm a little bit warm, you know, like Lampard in or out, I don't really care. But by February, if we get pounded by Atletico, I'm finished. I'm done.
So you're giving him all the way to the Atletico game, which is at least a good 5-6 games, probably more at least, isn't it, for him to till we get to that game anyway. Lambs, do you agree? Are you? Do you think he just needs to go now, or would you give him a bit more time, like Anita's saying, to the Champions League, see how he gets on in there, and if it don't work and we're still putting on bad performances, just get rid of him?
To be honest, I don't really have much hope for this Champions League game against Atletico, just because I know how great they are defensively. They are very, very, very solid defensively. Like even Liverpool, with all their attacking prowess, had difficulties getting past them. So, and we are nowhere near as intense and clinical as Liverpool are on the attack. I know that's how Frank wants to play, and he's got the players in. He's playing the way that he wants to play, like Liverpool, but we're just not up to that standard, and it's clear for everybody to see. So we don't have that same intensity, and I feel like I don't think we're going to get a result against City come Sunday. And I think after that game, he needs to go, because everything's so close right now, but we literally just watched ourselves in the last couple of games. 3 out of 4 games we lost, or we didn't win. Yes,
we lost. That's
awful. Like God,
it's not good
in this like December period, when we know the games are literally one after the other. This is where we should have been collecting points, and we've dropped so many points. Like we were almost like 10-11 points clear of Arsenal. We're 6 points. 6 points. That's 2 games. That's 2 games now. So
that actually tanks me out the most. I think like the whole.
After City, if we don't win, has to go.
Yeah, the whole Arsenal thing's the thing that gets me the most. Like, if they win their next game, they're 3 points behind us. And Anita knows that on the terrace, we give Arsenal fans a lot of stick. Like, Egal, Adam, Samuel, Kesh. Like, these guys get it quite hard from us, you know what I mean? And that worries me, you know what I mean? That Arsenal are catching us. Like, that's not good. That is not good. But Anita, there's a question for you here. Is Anita only giving him this long because it's Frank Lampard? Any other managers would she have wanted them out by now? Is that true? Would you agree with that? If it was any other manager?
I'm not gonna lie one bit and say that's not true. That's 100% true, 1000% true. It's only because it's Frank Lampard. You think I'm giving Sarri, flipping Conte, and all of them, man? You think I'm giving them this long? I ain't giving them this long. I ain't giving nobody this long. Nobody at all. It's only because it's Frank Lampard. I was with my chest. It's only because it's Frank Lampard. If this was any other man, any other Tom Dick, you think I'm giving Jose Mourinho this freaking amount of time? No. Anyone else can get the hell out. It's just because it's Frank Lampard, and I will say it with my chest, just because it's him. Just because. No other reason. No other reason at all.
No, I hear you. Charlotte, you've heard both the ladies say how they feel. Obviously, Lambs is a strong outer. I know you're a very strong inner. How do you feel?
I'm not saying, as an inner, I'm not saying that Frank isn't messing up. He's 1,000,000% making mistakes that are unacceptable. But the problem I have is that last season he had no transfers, nothing to buy with, and he was taking more risks last season. If we made a mistake, he was taking a risk the next match. I haven't seen a risk once. I'm like, Where's the old Frank Lampard gone? Like, I'm sorry, that man was actually taking risk. He was doing stuff. Now it was 4-3-3. Played it until it didn't work. Like, we played 4-3-2-1 till it didn't work. And I'm like, come on, like, what are we doing? Like, we can't play something until it doesn't work, because that's how we're just going to end up like, Arsenal are going to overtake us. I don't even want to say this, but right now, if we continue like this and the way we're dropping points, Arsenal are going to overtake us. I can't have this. I cannot have Arsenal fans bantering me. That's a no for me. That is a no. I'm not having them banter me. I banter them, not the other way around. And the fact is that like he's playing all these positions. He's even put Kepa in goal this season. He put Kepa in goal, man. The man gives me a heart attack. Like, he played Christensen last season. Like, he played Christensen last match. My heart can't take this anymore. I'm sat there like, is Frank going to pay for my hospital bill when I go into hospital? Like, I'm not having this anymore. Like, I can't deal with it. The man has to make some changes. Like, he has to, like, come at, like, if we don't win tonight, like, I want the lineup. I don't think it will be, but I want a lineup that I'm impressed with. I want Werner central. I would like, quite happily, have Pulisic on. I don't want to see, like, Abraham can play on a wing. Why is he not out on the left and right? He can play that. When he was in his youth, he was doing that all the time. Why isn't he doing that now? And Lampard knows he can play that. So why is he trying to keep Bambi on ice when realistically, Werner actually could be our top goal scorer? Like, he genuinely could be our top goal scorer. And because Lampard wants Bambi instead of Werner, we're having this issue, like, I'm like, man, I'm aging like 40 years because of this.
Charlotte, I feel like you've been building that up inside you and you've just gone back. I love it, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's the tea, yeah? Just drink the tea.
Man City is the tea. We have to win.
Yeah, of course we do. Beth, Man City, she's got me saying Man City. Lampard, how do you feel about him? Are we still in? Are you out? Do you agree with the ladies? What are you saying?
Well, yeah. I'm still in, and I agree. He makes mistakes, but like I said this last week, I can't separate him as a player and a manager in my brain, and I'm trying so hard. We talked about this last week. You said, yeah, you have to do it, but my brain can't do it. Like, I love him so much. I don't want to see him fail, even if that is what is happening before my eyes. But I'm watching it like this, so I don't see all of it. Selective, right? But his subs needs work, and my problem is that our fan base always do this thing where they want the manager out all the time, quick success, quick trophies, etc. But the problem we get out of that is that the managers don't prepare for the future because they're used to being sacked really quickly, in my opinion. And I kind of want to get to a place where we have a manager for a set amount of time. Okay, maybe we don't win too much. I mean, obviously it'd be nice to get even like Carabao Cup. I was about to call it Carling Cup. It's not been called that in years. But I'd rather get to a point where we can sort of get sustained success, because I feel like being Chelsea, we've not had long periods of sustained success. You know, like when you think about Man United back in the days and stuff. It would be really nice to get to a point like that. And I don't know if we'll ever get to a point like that if we just carry on how we are. But I'm not saying that Frank Lampard would be the man for the job, but I would like to see, I guess.
I hear you. And it makes a lot of sense. Sophia, how are you feeling about Frank Lampard? Are you still all in? Also, you love Kepa as well, didn't you? Which none of these ladies know, do they?
Please don't say that in front of us.
Please, my heart can't take this anymore. I'm gonna have a heart attack in a minute. Like, genuinely, I'm gonna have a heart attack in a minute.
Want to elaborate on it, please,
I just
Sophia? Lampard and Kepa, please. Can you explain?
I'm a bit questionable of Lampard at the moment. He keeps playing the same tactics and it's not working, and he still continues to do the same tactics. It's like he can't understand that it's not working, but he continues to make it an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of realised I have to differentiate between Lampard the player and the manager. And
that it's Chelsea FC, not Lampard FC. And I think a lot of Chelsea fans do need to hear that because they get really riled up about if you say Lampard out, they're like, no, you're a plastic Chelsea fan. And it's like, not really. It's Chelsea FC, not Lampard FC.
Mm.
So that's
I hear you
That's my
definitely
view.
on that. In terms of Lampard, not Lampard, the fans at the moment. There's a lot of fans that feel that potentially being quite reactionary with it. May have a slight agenda against Lampard. I don't think man for the job. Anita, do you think fans are in their right to feel like that at the moment with Lampard, or do you just a bit of a reactionary phase and everyone's just expecting instant success from a man that, just be serious, has only been doing it for 2 years, isn't he? So, what's your thoughts on it?
Do you know what? I don't think it's reactionary because it's been a build-up of things. So last season there were a lot of gaps in his play, but we gave him the benefit of the doubt because transfer ban and he's still a young manager, still trying to get things right and stuff. But this season, I'm telling you, I was strongly Lampard in up until the Arsenal match, right? But in my heart of hearts, I was thinking, wow, you are making certain mistakes that I wouldn't even be making. Like I'm not qualified for this shit. So how the hell am I seeing what's not working, but you keep repeating the same thing over and over again? It's kind of like the AVB season when AVB decided to drop all the senior players and he started playing his shit show football. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. He kept doing it over and over again. So it's just like, can anyone really be reactionary with this shit? Yeah, when we've already seen this happen with ABB before, and right now we're targeted to get 63 points or something at the end of the season. That's what we're predicted to get, and that's not good enough for a Chelsea side. No Chelsea side, it's not good enough. It may have got us Champions League last season, but everyone else has stepped up their game. We've spent 250 million, and it's like I never use the money thing as an excuse because we're Chelsea fans, we always spend money. I never use it as an excuse.
Exactly.
But if you're gonna spend that amount of money, you have to make it make sense. And it's not.
Still there?
My thing cut out. Sorry, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It makes a lot of sense. With Lampard, Lambs, would you, if we sacked him tomorrow, I'm going to put this on you actually. If we sacked him tomorrow, who would you want to come in and manage the current squad of players that we have? Who do you think is the ideal manager to come in and get the best out of them?
That's a very good question. I'm not exactly sure. I would definitely go with somebody with proven experience, winning experience as well, because that is what we are. We are a club with a winning mentality. We're always used to winning something each year. Okay, fair enough, last year, I'll let that go. We maybe could have won an FA Cup, but I'll let that go because, again, like Anita said, transfer ban, new manager, nobody gave him a chance, etc. And a lot of things kind of went wrong in that FA Cup final game as well. But I probably would take Tuchel, to be honest. Sure. I would take Tuchel.
Yeah.
I would consider Simeone, possibly Allegri. Again, these are all people with winning mentality. So, and this is what we need because we've got a great crop of players. And do you know what? People get onto Kai a lot, but I really agree with him on this. And I don't think it's an agenda. He's absolutely right. He just literally comes with facts and people just get emotional and they can't take it. Mason Mount is not better than Kai Havertz. They're the same player. Okay. Why is Mason Mount starting ahead of Kai Havertz? And why, when you're playing Kai Havertz, you're playing him out of position? Why?
I think personally, girls, you answer. Any ladies want to answer this one?
Charlotte, are you okay?
There is no answer. Literally, there's no answer at all. I don't understand it at all. It blows my mind. It genuinely blows my mind. It's such a valid point, and I'd like to stick it on Frank and be like, why are you doing this? Why are you messing with my head again? You're already doing it with a few players. Like, don't do another player. Because Havertz is better. Like, Havertz should be starting. Fun fact. And I want to see him start against City.
But Havertz shouldn't be starting with his confidence as it is now.
Yeah, but if you start someone, you boost their confidence. That's how you boost their confidence. You can't just like keep subbing him on like, oh, we'll just build it up slowly. If you want to boost someone's confidence, you go, bang, you're in the starting 11. This is your chance to shine. Go prove to me. And that's how you do
it. In loads of games. He started loads of games this season, except for when he was out of COVID and the last couple where he hasn't started. But he started loads of games. And he's just... could be out of position, of course, that always makes a difference, but he just doesn't look comfortable, and I think that's why he's not starting. No, he does, and I don't think he needs to start right now because he's not comfortable. I think the
problem you've got, and I'm going to be utmost honest, the reason Kai Havertz doesn't play and Mason Mount does is, number one, I think Mason Mount actually probably had his better season in terms of form up to now. Based upon last season and this season, I think he played okay. And I think the system that we've got at the moment, Mason Mount needs to be in there. It needs to tick. But like, he has to be in there. Kai Havertz was brought into play. I get that. But Kai Havertz is going to need time to adapt. Kai Havertz is not going to come walking in and be this top player that you think he's going to be overnight. It's just not going to happen. It might be one of these things where you've got to slowly introduce him into games and then allow him to take on forward. And I can see Anita pointing a finger out. Anita, did you want to say something? I feel like you're going to disagree.
I don't know. I like Mason Mount. I really do like him, but I think Mason Mount will be better off, with all the quality we have in our team, he'll be better off as one of them super subs. So what I see Mason Mount, he's like an engine. Like, he's a force. Like, when he comes on, he's a ride or die. I'm going to play for the bad. We're going to win this shit. And that will be good to have when we're like, when it's 1-1 or when we're 1-0 down at 60 minutes or something. Like, that will be good to have. When it comes to Kai, I think this is why, and I know Chelsea fans, they hate when I say this, but this is why I wanted Declan Rice. When it comes to Havertz, he plays best as a number 10, right? Don't do that, Jem. Don't do that. But Kai Havertz plays best as a number 10, yeah? If we have two sitting DMs, and Kai loses the ball can get recycled a lot easier back to him. And that draws out the opposition's defense anyway. That's my thoughts personally with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, he's so talented, but he needs protection. He does lose the ball often, and it's not a new thing. Like, I'm sure Lampard saw him last year and saw that he does lose the ball often. Like, he does get rid of the ball. But so did Ozil with his prime. But Ozil had the DMs behind him to recycle the ball straight back to him. So once the defenders are out of position, he can easily find a striker or find a winger and bang, goal. That's what we saw last season. Like that. I'm sorry. I think we do need a Declan Rice, and I will say it till I die. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Is he playing well enough to honour starts in the Chelsea team at the moment? That's my problem.
Yeah, but if you start him, if you start Havertz, Mason Mount could be like the new Giroud, but like for replacing Havertz. Like, he can come on and bring that energy to when we need him. Like, and Havertz gets his start. Like, Havertz is a good player. We all have to remember that. Like, he is, like, Frank didn't choose to buy him for no reason. Like, there was a reason, like, just like every other player. But we need to give him that chance. Like, we actually need to give him a chance to keep starting and see what happens when we bring on Mount halfway through. The only other issue I have with Frank is his late subbing. His late subbing is an issue for me. Like, he's making these subs at like 75 minutes. If you want to make a sub at like 60 minutes when you still have a decent amount of time to bring something back. Not at like the 85th minute when you got like 5 minutes plus maybe 3 minutes extra time. That's 7 minutes. Yes, I'm 8 minutes. Shit, sorry. My maths was a little bad then. But you know, it was still like, it's not enough time. We need these players to be coming on. If we're bringing someone on to make a difference, and a sub is supposed to make a difference when you bring someone on, not to like just flop about. Like, I want a sub to come on at the 60th minute and bam, make a difference, because they've got that time to make a difference. If you're bringing someone on in the last 10 minutes, they're not going to make a difference. Like, they're really not. So what's the point? If Frank Lampard makes all these subs at like after the 75th minute, there's no point. Absolutely no point, because they don't seem to make a difference. Like, look at, like, the only person that Frank brought on that made a difference is Callum Hudson-Odoi. That man, he shone. He shone. He shone from the stars. It was beautiful. Like, oh, I can't. It's so annoying.
Sophia,
I just want to get in Frank's head.
Do you disagree with these ladies about Havertz and him starting over Mount? Because I know I need someone like to understand where I'm coming from. I feel like I'm on my own here right now, but it is what it is. But do you agree? Or you disagree?
I agree, yeah. No, I agree. He was always starting when he played for Leverkusen. He was perfectly fine with starting. He was never really the sub. But I think, I hate to say it, but because Mason's like Lampard's golden boy, he will always start ahead of like anyone.
I love Mason now.
But we can't have favourites. You can't be. You can't have golden boys. Like, that's not how it works. You need to take your manager mind away from your like, oh, he's my golden boy, and actually work on the fact that you need to win a game. Not be like, oh, he's my golden boy. No, I don't want that. I don't care. If Kai Havertz is better suited starting, then start him. Bring on Mason Mount later. I don't care. Like, this is the problem I have. This is the problem I have.
Mason Mount's got a flair player. Like, he's just a good, and he's consistent, and like, he starts for England too. It's not just Frank. Like, he's consistently starting for Frank. He's consistent. He starts for England. He's really good. I don't know. I just disagree.
I don't care if he starts for England.
That's what I'm just going to cut in. But first of all, that England thing, right? First of all, we know Gareth Southgate is the England manager, and he's not playing Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho for some reason. So anything that Gareth Southgate decides, I don't agree with anyway, because he's clearly tapped and he shouldn't be the England manager anyway. Because I don't know how you can drop Jack Grealish, Jadon Sancho, play Mason Mount. I mean, not okay. So anything that Gareth Southgate agrees with, I disagree with. So back to Mason Mount. I actually do like Mason Mount. I do have a bit of a soft spot for him, especially after last season, but we have to be realistic. This is why we brought Kai Havertz. Mason Mount is a sub. He comes on for Kai literally 65 minutes. Yeah, to bring something different to the game, to change the game up, do something different. He brings energy, pace, and that's what we need. Kai is not really that pacey, yeah? He's technical. He's a very technically gifted player. And we have seen it since he's come back from his COVID infection. We see like small bursts of it here and there. Like he put the ball through to Callum Hudson-Odoi, which resulted in Tammy Abraham scoring a goal, I think, 2 games back or something like that. So we've seen bursts of it. But again, every time I see the lineup and I see Mason Mount starting, I'm just rolling my eyes. I'm like, here we go again. Here we go again. Again, the same thing with Tammy Abraham. I like Tammy Abraham. I really do. But he's relegated to third choice striker. Okay. That Arsenal game was calling out for Olivier Giroud. Okay?
Leave him alone.
Tammy against Arsenal, and then you start Giroud against Aston Villa. Make it make sense, please. Please.
Look. This is what I'm going to say about Mason Mount. Okay, Mason Mount for me, like I said, has performed this season. The reason Kai Havertz hasn't been playing as much, which we keep forgetting, is he had COVID, and we don't know what the effects are of COVID. It might be that it's taken him a bit longer to get back into things. So I can understand why Mason Mount's being played in front of Kai Havertz so far this season. What I do agree with you on in the long run is that Kai Havertz does need to be starting, but the problem you've got is I think Kai Havertz is a number 10, and we don't play number 10s. We play 2 8s. If you're going to play a 4-2-3-1, then I would play Havertz in the 10 role. But if you're going to play a 4-3-3, then Mason Mount for me has to be included in that, along with either Havertz or Kovacic.
That's also
I know
an
you-
interesting point. That's also a good point, Jem. Like, he's been sussed. Switch it up. Not every day 4-3-3. Change it around. Switch it up. 4-3-3 is not working. You're not Liverpool. Please change it. 4-2-3-1. I'm thinking, why don't we do that? And then we can play Kai as a 10.
Yeah, it's things that Lampard needs to answer, and we're yet to see it. I just hope that he does get the time and he does switch it around, because Ollie was given time. Look at how Man United are playing now; like, things are ticking there. Do you know what I mean? Because they're showing a bit of backing to him. So I'm hoping that Frank Lampard does pull through. But at the same time, we know our owner, and he doesn't give people a lot of time, does he? So he's got to switch it around quickly, otherwise it will be out the door. I just want to go on to the Man City game on the weekend. Obviously, they're missing 5 players. We're missing Reece James. We don't know specifically who's missing in Man City. I know Jesus is and Carl Walker is, but I don't know who the other 3 are. They haven't told us yet.
They said that when you see the lineup, you'll know who's missing because they're big players.
Edison put on his Instagram
Okay.
story that he's self-isolating, so Edison's out.
Hey, Edison's out. That's fair enough. In terms of this game, for me, it's a must-win. Like, we have to keep putting pressure on the team, because we haven't been getting the results recently, and I feel like we really need to put in a good performance. How would you set up against Man City? Would you do what we've done in the past, which is just be very defensive and play on counter, or do you think we need to just go out there, shut them down quickly, win the ball high up the pitch, and play? Take the game to them a little bit. We're going to start with Anita. What do you think we should do in that game? And how do Chelsea win this game in your eyes?
Do you know, it's so mad, yeah, because sorry, my mic is feedbacking. It's so mad, yeah, because you said that play on the counter and sit back. We can't even play on counters. We don't play on counters. We can't counter. Like, we pass the ball so slow, we cannot counter. So that's never going to be an option, unfortunately. I would have loved to do that, because if we could actually counter, remember the Conte match 2016 when we beat Man City purely on counters? That's the type of football I wouldn't mind seeing. I would not mind that, but we're not going to get that. What we're going to get is the slow passes and the caution sideways passing. Kovacic is going to start and be doing the sideways passing that we all hate to see. I'll be damned if I see Jorginho starting in the middle, because I will lose my mind. We're going to see stupid passing. It's going to piss me off, because this is a must-win game. If they have 5 big-name players out and we do not win this game, I'm going to be edging more to Lampard out, because this is a must-win. There's no way that we cannot win with 5 big names out. And if we can't win with 5 big names out, it just shows that Lampard is not a big game player. And I'm not even being funny. I think Abramovich at that point will open his eyes and he will be on ropes. So I hope that we play more attacking football. But again, it depends if Ziyech is in, because we can't play attacking football when there's no one there to create our chances. So
Anita, why can't we play counter-attacking football when we have Christian Pulisic on the left, who's got abundance of pace, likes driving with the ball? I don't know if Hakim Ziyech is going to be back. If he ain't, then it'd be nice to see Cho on the wing. Again, someone that can actually take the ball and counter with. And then you've got Timo Werner, who I call Turbo, literally the quickest striker in the league. Yeah, that can just. Why can't we play on a counter, defend and play on a counter with that much speed in the team? It doesn't make any sense.
You ain't gonna like my answer. It's because of Lampard. If a team does not build up their play on counter-attacking, it's because of them. Like, we've seen it on numerous occasions where our players are in good positions. Even Timo will be running with the ball, but there'll be no one there to cross into the box. Bearing in mind, he can't even cross anyway, so that's a waste. But when you look at us and we have opportunities to counter, we do not counter. Why? Because this is clearly something that Lampard hasn't worked on in the team. Like, when we had Eden Hazard, we had Diego Costa, Fabregas. We saw how Fabregas could ping the ball, and it will find Costa, and they will sprint with the ball. It will find Costa or Eden Hazard. What happened to Thiago Jorginho? Rams, go away. Go away, please. Tell Rams to go. What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? Rams just started to piss me off. starting to piss me off.
He's trolling.
But that's why we can't. That's why we can't counter. We've got the fastest players in the league at the moment. Have you seen how quick Timo Werner is? He's so fast. We don't use his. We don't use his pace. Pulisic. We don't use it. And then we'll have Giroud starting. I bet you Giroud's gonna start. He's gonna start, and he's gonna be jogging like this. Promise you.
Yeah. Does anyone want to elaborate on what Anita said? Beth, how do you think the game's going to go? Do you agree with Anita, or
it's definitely a must-win game? I'm worried about it again. I guess I feel more confident about Man City than I did for Aston Villa, though. For some reason, I feel like it's just a Chelsea thing for us to kind of flop more against the smaller teams, so to speak. But I'm not confident because the last performances haven't been great. Aston Villa, the first half against Aston Villa, our players turned up for. But the 4 games before that, it just didn't turn up. Even when we won against West Ham, didn't turn up really. We didn't really deserve the win. It was a very flattering scoreline. I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Charlotte, how do you feel about the game on the weekend?
Yeah, if we don't win, I'm done. I'm just going to become a nun. Like I've had enough of this. Like I really have. Like this stuff is annoying me. Like I need a win. I just need some attack. I want to see everybody on the attack. I just want to see some attacking. I don't ask for much. I just want to see some people run into the box, make some great passes to someone like Werner, to someone like Pulisic, and then I want to see that into the back of the net in the goal. Like, yeah, celebrate. I want to celebrate. I don't know the last time I actually celebrated a decent goal because the West Ham goals weren't that decent. They were just goals. Like, they didn't, like, I just want to celebrate, you know. I just want to be like, yeah, my team won. Yes, get in. I don't remember the last time that happened because the West Ham particularly wasn't a win for me. Like, the first 20 minutes of the West Ham game, we actually turned up. Then we switched it off until like the 75th minute and then decided to get a couple more goals. If we can switch it on and off, why are we just not playing all the time? Switch it on permanently and give me this. Like, turn up. Like, I don't want to see these players turn up and look like they've got like nothing. The lights are on, but no one's home. Like, actually turn up and look like you want to play on this pitch. Because if you don't, I don't care if you're Werner. I don't care. Like, if you have it, I don't care if you're Mendy. If you're not going to turn up and give me 100% every time you play, done. Bye. See you later. Like, don't care who you are. You could be worth, like, you could be Ronaldo. And if you didn't turn up, if Ronaldo didn't turn up and play every week and, like, give 100%, everyone would be having outrage. But our players aren't doing that. We should be, like, calling them out. If you can't turn up and play every week, if you can turn it on and off in the West Ham game, which we saw, why can't you do it all the time? If you can switch it on and off, I don't want you. You're not a player I want. Turn up or don't. Simple as.
Yeah. No, it's so vocal. I love it. You know that. You crack me up, honestly. It's so good to watch. But Sophia, how do you feel about the game on the weekend?
I just feel if we can't defeat Man City with 5 of their top players out, then we do have a bit of a serious problem. Obviously, I don't know who the players are yet, but if they are the top players, say like Aguero or something like that, and then we have a really big problem here.
Yeah.
I still don't feel confident going into the game, but
yeah, I feel like there's. I mean, Lambs, how do you feel? I haven't asked you yet. How do you feel about it all?
Zero confidence, absolute zero confidence. Even with their players out, I just feel like I'm not excited. Like, even since the West Ham game, like, I wasn't excited for that game. And again, it wasn't a comfortable watch. It was almost like when the second goal went in, it was almost like, okay, we've got 3 points, maybe. Like, it was just like, okay, we pulled through, but it wasn't convincing. So again, after that game and like the next game, I was like, I have a feeling. I think we're going to lose against Arsenal. And then we did in the worst way possible. And after that game, I was like, got no hope for Villa. I was like, we're not going to lose, I don't think, but we're definitely not going to win either. And I was right. But this game, I'm not confident at all. And I feel like somehow, some way, we're going to find a way to bottle, because it's the same old story with Chelsea, right? Whenever we have the opportunity to go a few points clear of someone, go second, go top, whatever, because everyone else is playing afterwards, everyone else has played and dropped points and bottled it, and it's like, oh, the power is in our hands now. We'll always find a way to just go and bottle it. We always do that. I mean, we gave Arsenal their first win in how long? We gave United their first home point. Otherwise, they got no points before they faced us from such a cagey performance.
Yeah.
And again, like a lot of you guys are forgetting, we have not beaten a top 16 yet. We have not beaten the top 16 this season. So why is everyone confident that we're going to get a result or something against, even if they have 5 players out? We can have 6 players, 7 players out. I still don't think we're going to win.
I am. To change your moods. All I've heard is negativity. Like, listen, we are Chelsea Football Club. We can beat any team on our day. All right. Yes, we've got a crap stat against the top 10 right now, but that will change. You know that will change. It's not going to continue.
When?
It's not going to continue. Stop looking at me like that. It's not going to continue. You know that. Like, I honestly think this kind of game could actually spark our season again. We've seen it under Conte. We lost to Arsenal and we lost to Liverpool away. He then made a tactical change to the team, and then going into the second half of the season, we won the league. Like, I'm not saying Lampard's going to do that.
Lampard won't make a tactical change.
No.
Just to clarify, in 2021, we need a bloody miracle. We need a miracle. Like, if Jesus comes down and parts water, then I'll believe it. If I can see that with my eyes, Jesus parting water, then I will believe that Chelsea are going to do something. But right now, I don't see Lampard changing. No one's like the realistic person that some random person should going to part water. Never going to happen. Lampard's not going to change right now. And that is the problem, is how long is this when? Like, I can't wait forever. Like, honestly, if we don't finish in the top 4, that's not good enough. Period, end of. Like, we need top 4 and I want a trophy. And that's not me being demanding. That's me stating, like, Frank got top 4 when we didn't have any transfers. And now we have transfers. I want a trophy and I want top 4. And I want to go 3rd instead of 4th. I want 3rd place. And if we can't do that, I'm crying, man. Like, if we can't do that, like, I'm done.
Look.
I don't remember any Chelsea fans saying we're going to finish above Liverpool. I have to disagree with that. I don't remember. I think people saying we're going to challenge them. We should be challenging them, but nobody said we're going to finish above Monster.
Yeah, do not hold Monster for all of us. Yeah, that's
we are not.
Do not
that was
hold
like the reactionary guys after a couple of wins.
We haven't came out with it. All right, so like, allow us. Do you know what I mean? Like, but no, look, at the end of the day, we can look. We've got a good enough squad to still win this game. As much as you go on about Mason Mount and the negativity and the formations, and yes, we're on bad run. There is a good chance. There's still a good chance that we might win. I know I sound like I'm being very too positive, not thinking of the negative, but I've just sat here listening to all of you just be so negative and trying to just add some love. Put some happiness back in your life.
What do you want? Because I need it. Whatever you are on, I need it. Because me and Anita will take I need whatever you are on.
Because we've not got over Arsenal yet. It's still in the back of my head. We're all depressed from Arsenal. That's as far as
not just Arsenal. It's this whole team. Is stressing me out. I have to be realistic. The problem is, I would love to say my team can beat Man City. I would absolutely love to say that. But that would mean, being high. And I'm not. So I have to be realistic here. It is factual information. We can... the realisticness of us beating Man City is 3%, give or take 4% beating.
Right, I get it.
And that's me being generous right now, the way we're playing.
I get it, all right? I won't talk about any positivity anymore. Let's just talk about... I want to go through each one of you. The team lineup and who we think should start, all right? Starting with the goalie. Is there any way that Kepa can get in front of
No.
Mendy?
No.
We're gonna agree on something. It's gonna be that.
Can we just not mention his name? Like, I would rather have Peter Cech over Kepa. Like, anybody over Kepa. Like, anybody over Kepa. Sorry, Sophia, but anyone over Kepa.
Kepa or Mendy? Who are we going for? I said Sophia. Kepa or Mendy?
Oh, Mindy.
Okay, cool. Good to see. I wasn't sure if he was going to
Charlotte was glaring at me. I could like feel it.
I was like, if you say Kepa, like, we are gonna fall out, you know.
Right, so the back four, yeah? We're going to go Chilwell, Zuma, Thiago Silva, and Aspie. Do we all agree with that, or do we disagree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and the next time Lampard wants to rest Silva, I demand that he doesn't rest Zuma in the same game.
Yeah.
Watching Christensen and Rudiger
Agreed.
is absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah.
One of them I can
It's
deal with.
like
both of
watching
them.
paint dry. I don't want to watch paint dry, but I have to when they play.
I don't know why he'd
Christensen's
rest both
just
at
an
the same time.
He's a lie, but let's just face it, right? Christensen is part of the reason why we lost that game against Aston Villa. The man lies on the floor, gets up a minute
I'm
later.
sorry, who?
What do you mean? Christensen, that owner.
Yeah, who? I don't know who he is. Like, this man you keep talking about, I have no idea who he is. None at all. Like, I don't know who he is. I'm really apologise to anybody that's whoever he is. I don't know who he is.
Hey, I don't want to see Christensen anymore. I don't.
My heart
Rudiger
can't
away.
take it anymore.
I think we should just sell him, to be honest. If it was me, I'll just get rid of him. But going into the midfield, are we going with Kante, Kovacic, or are we going Kante, Jorginho, or are we going Kante, Billy Gilmore, or are we going Jorginho, Kovacic? What do you want? Tell me. What do you want?
I love Billy Gilmore. I love that kid. I absolutely love Billy Gilmore. He had me from that Liverpool game, that FA Cup game. He was phenomenal. And I've even seen bursts of it from when he's come back from injury, like when he came on as a sub. Like, I like this kid. This kid is going to be a superstar. Yeah, it has to be Kante and Kova, but Gilmore gets in ahead of Jorginho any day. I'm done with Jorginho. Get out of my club. It's January now, so go.
If it's subbing, Billy Gilmore comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Jorginho.
No.
No.
I was waiting for Anita. I was waiting for her to say it. No. I hate Jorginho anyway. He knows I absolutely go on about him. I rate in our group that we got. Yeah, honestly, all I do is slag him off. I just don't like Jorginho.
We're past the need for a Jorginho. I'm not sure we ever had the need for a Jorginho, but we're past the need for a Jorginho at this point. You can go back
It's like reckless penalty taking for me that really pisses me off.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, definitely. So, are we all saying Kante and Kovacic? Yeah.
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 All right. Cool. Are we playing? Because we've gone for a 4-2-3-1 here, haven't we? We're even doing a 4-3-3, which is what Lampard's been doing the last 7 or 8 games. So what we've done is actually changed the formation ourselves as to how we would like it, rather than what we think Lampard's going to play. So, who plays as the number 10? Mason Mount.
Kai.
He's not going to start. I feel like he's not going to start.
Havertz.
I mean, I'd love for him to start and
Look,
do
if
well.
you had some positivity here, just be like, he will start. That's how you get him to start. Like, you send positivity waves to Lampard. He may not get them.
Manifestation, yeah.
I'll like try and email this stream to Frank Lampard or to Chelsea.
Yeah,
just in it so many times so he like watches it and like listens.
Yeah. Help. Here you go.
Literally.
Please do not play a 4-3-3 formation. Please.
Nah.
I don't.
That's fair enough. It sounds like Havertz other than Beth. I think Beth is saying Mason Mount, isn't it, Beth?
Sorry. Guys.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. That's cool. Right, moving on. The wingers. I'm assuming Christian Pulisic is on the left. Are we all in agreement for that?
Yeah.
What about the right? Because if we don't know if Hakim Ziyech is fit, if he is fit, do we risk playing him in this game to start with, or do we say no? We're going to play Mason Mount out there, or we're going to play Show out there.
Who?
Timo Werner. Go.
Listen, Mason Mount on the wing is never an option. It's not.
Thank you.
No. It's Callum. Callum, do
It's
risk playing
happened.
Callum.
It's
He
happened.
did
It's Hudson
so
Odoi.
well in the last game. He has to
He
start.
deserves it. He shone.
He
He
does,
was
yeah.
the only one that shone in that game, and he's the only one that deserves to start to any of the subs that came on. He deserves his place. Like, he genuinely does.
Absolutely.
We need to stop disrespect.
Yeah,
Chelsea need to stop disrespecting Callum Hudson-Odoi because this kid is talented, and if he goes to like a Bayern or another top club, I'm gonna be so angry,
It'd just be bent.
Let this guy go
Just be
because
bent
he
there
chose
as well.
to play Mason Mount on the wing when he was fit. Give me a favor.
Like, he's actually such a talent. We need to respect that. Like, and if he goes, everyone's going to be like, oh, why did Frank let him go? Like, all these Chelsea fans will realise that have been, like, slagging him off. They'll realise how much of a talent he was. And then they'll be like, oh, why did we let him go? Well, you're one of the reasons. You're one of the reasons. Take a good look in the mirror, mate.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi has to start. 'Cause he was so good last game. And Ziyech could have more time to recover them.
You could bring Ziyech on if he's fit for a sub.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't
so-
even mind. I wouldn't even mind Frank making a late sub for Ziyech only. For Ziyech only, like a 15-minute, like giving him 15-20 minutes, I wouldn't mind. I would respect Frank. I wouldn't even slag him off. I wouldn't even tell him that was a silly decision. Late sub, Ziyech only.
We'll take Kovacic off for
Someone tell
Jorginho.
Frank that. Late sub for Ziyech only.
When he
Don't
did
want
that,
anything else.
I hear you. Sophia, who do you want on the wing? Do you want Mason Mount? Do you want anyone else other than Cho, or do you want Cho there?
I want Cheslea, yeah, not Mason Mount.
All right, this is who I want. Everyone's like staring at me like I'm gonna say something absolutely out of the blue as well. I like Cho, yes, and he did perform well the last game. However, I would play if Hakim Ziyech is fit. I would play Hakim Ziyech. If Hakim Ziyech isn't fit, I would play Mason Mount.
Oh, you are brave. Nah. Why?
Yeah,
Tell me why.
What's in that cup you're drinking?
That's blatantly vodka. Like, that is
Vodka.
blatantly vodka.
Jeremy, it does
like
work.
Gem.
Can you back that up? Back it up.
Why?
Back it up for why?
With some
Because
facts.
I don't think he would work as hard getting back and tracking their wingback, their fullbacks, because their fullbacks that get forward so well. Do you know what I mean? And I think that we might have issues if Cho is on the pitch, because I don't think he will track back and support Aspie as much in this game.
I personally would play Cho on the left, personally, and Pulisic on the right. But that's my personal preference. I think Pulisic is really good on the right, and like you said, we have got a gap with Reece James not being fit. That will be a cause of concern, fair. But Mason Mount doesn't start in this match, unfortunately. It's not even about tracking back, because you don't know their fullbacks might not even be fit. You know, we don't know who's fit, we don't know who's not, and in my opinion, regardless of what happens, Mason Mount doesn't start on any type of wing whatsoever, and I'll be damned if I see Kai Havertz start on the wing too. I'll be damned.
Yeah, wingers on the wing, man. Wingers on the wing.
Look. I'm gonna say it. I was capping. I was winding you up. I just wanted
Thank
to
God.
try and
Oh my God.
I didn't mean it. You know, I wouldn't play Mason Mount on the right, but I just wanted to
Yeah,
just
that's
see
like
your
saying
reaction to
Kepa's
it.
going to start. That is like saying Kepa's
Oh,
going to start. It's unacceptable. Like, I don't want that.
People
What
are
if
saying that.
Kepa, like, we spent 70 million on him and he's Spanish? What if he's actually like technically good with the ball? Like, do you think we should try and like play him in like the middle or something? Or
He's
on the
not
wing?
reliable. No,
Nah.
no. He should change to a basketball or whatever.
Team ever
go,
got
go,
a
go.
goalkeeper? Let me just put him in midfield. When's that ever happened?
I think Edison.
Who's
will
going
be a
up
good
front, ladies?
midfielder.
Who's going up front?
Timo.
Well, everyone wants to know.
Timo, and then if
Timo.
that doesn't work, Giroud comes on, not Tammy.
Yes.
Not
Thank
Tammy.
you. This is a woman
Anita?
preaching right now.
Tell us. Who do you want
Tammy's
front?
hold up play
Ah.
non-existent.
Can I answer the Pulisic comments in the flipping comment section? Yeah.
Go on,
First of all, Pulisic started off as a right wing. From my recollection, he started off as a right wing till Jadon Sancho came in and benched him because he's always injured. So, firstly, don't talk chat about that. Yeah. Secondly, I don't have an agenda for Pulisic. I just don't like players that get injured so quickly. It's not my thing. I've never grown up on a player who gets injured so much. Like I don't like that type of shit. Forgive me for not wanting a player to be flipping injured all the time because of how important he is for the club. Like, forgive me, but I don't think Werner starts. You know,
I don't think he's going to start.
Yeah.
And
Does
if
he deserve to start? Does he deserve to start though, or do you go with Giroud?
We need that kind of striker for this City game. Like, if anybody should be starting, it should be him.
But I
do you know
think
what it is?
He's really, really quick. Like, if we actually play him as a centre forward instead of on the left, I really think with Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi as well, I really, really, really think this is the game for him. I think this is the game where he's.
But if it doesn't work, if Werner starting doesn't work, you can always switch on Giroud. I personally don't want Abraham starting. I don't want Abraham being subbed on. And I know everyone thinks I have like an Abraham agenda, but personally, like I think Giroud is more experienced, so you bring him on, and he is known to get that late goal. Statistically, it's not me stating it; it's a fact. Like he comes on. Look at. No, I'm not saying late
crosses into the box. He's great with heading the balls.
Like lately, it's not been great. Lately, it's not been great. But Giroud has look at last season. He came on so many times and got that late goal. He is what we need, the experience. Like Abraham, like he's so tall, Abraham is, but he can't get to the ball. And how many times this season have I seen him get this close? And for a tall man, that shocks me. He's so tall. Like, how do you miss by that much? Or like your left or right? Like, he's so tall. He's a tall man. Get the ball. It's your job. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I think Abraham should start. He definitely deserves a chance for sure. I just don't think we're going to see it in this game. I feel like we're more likely to see that in our FA Cup game against Morecambe or something. I don't think we're going to see it against Man City. And I think Giroud is like, he's been so good. The stat came out, didn't it? He's the most scored the most goals per average minutes or something in the Premier League for 2020. He was like 106 for minutes he played or something. But I feel like Tammy would start and Giroud would be better coming on as a sub. I feel like he's always better coming on as a sub. And Sophia said it before, like he's a sub, but I feel like Tammy will start. I'm sorry to upset Charlotte with that. That's how I feel.
It broke my heart.
There's nothing I want more than to see like Werner and Havertz succeed and do amazing. Like there's nothing I want more than that. There's nothing I want more. But I don't think that's going to happen on Man City.
No, I hear you. I definitely hear you on that. Anita, you had your finger up. What did you want to say?
I got two things to say. Yeah, this is a two-part thing. Firstly, people in the goddamn comments. This is what I don't like about YouTube people that sit in the comments. Y'all don't listen. I said I don't want a reliable player that we need. Our best player to be injured. Our best player to be injured. So CFCJ, check your hard drive. Check yours. How about that? Yeah. No, not you, Jem. Jay. Whoever that is.
I heard CFC Jem. I was like,
No.
Jay.
But secondly, I think playing the opposition, right? Let's look at the way City might set up. City probably gonna have Diaz and Laporte, right, at the back, right? And I look at it as if you've got Giroud or Tammy up front, they have to focus on Giroud or Tammy. They have to focus on the physicality aspect rather than the playing football aspect, which might cause them to make more mistakes. Of course, with Werner, with his quick feet, they might make mistakes there as well. But at the same time, can Werner get past two defenders such as Laporte and Diaz at the same time? I don't think so. I think if two of them gang up on him, Werner's not very good with like the dribbling or his feet and stuff like that, or his hold-up play is arse, let's be real. And I think we're going to need that against City because really and truly, they've set up so defensively. They set up with Fernandinho and Rodrigo as well. Like, it's going to be hard to break them down. And I think one person who could break them down because his hold-up play is good, despite his headers being shit, Tammy Abraham's hold-up play is very good. That's one thing I do like about him. So even if Werner does start off the left, I wouldn't be too mad at it because Tammy will be the one doing the hold-up play and Werner will be making the runs. But that's if Lampard uses his brain. That's
look, I hear that. And to be honest, I actually think it will be Olivier Giroud. I think Giroud will probably start this game, and I think we'll probably have two quick wingers and then the 2/8s in probably Mount and Kovacic and Kane, whatever, I don't know. But for me, I think it's going to be Giroud. I would like to see Timo Werner there, but I don't want to see Timo Werner up there until Hakim Ziyech comes back there and you've got Pulisic and then maybe Havertz and whatever. Like, that's where I think we'll play at our best. But Sophia, who would you go for up front?
Werner, of course. And then Giroud is the super sub.
So even though he hasn't scored he has scored goals. Even though he's in a bit of a bad run, and the other strikers that have been playing have been scoring, you would still have Timo Werner starting this game in your eyes.
Yeah, because he's not being played in his proper position. That's why.
He's got.
That's the problem, though. That's why I think he won't start there for now, because I feel like he just looks, when he does play, out of confidence. When he came on against Aston Villa, he didn't really get a chance to do much, but that's why I just don't think he's going to start. I don't think he'll get that until the FA Cup. I hope we get it then, though, and I hope it works.
Do you know what? This is the problem I have, though. This is the problem I have, is that the fact that like Frank Lampard is making such poor decisions. Like, if he hadn't been playing Werner out of position, would we have this issue? Like, that's a question I ask myself, because would we have this issue if he hadn't been playing him out of position? Now, statistically, someone tell me that Abraham is better than Werner, that Abraham deserves to go central over Werner. He doesn't. That's a fact. Like, and the fact that Abraham can play on the like left or right, why isn't he? And why are we not making sure that like Werner is getting goals? Because if you look at him last season, he was getting goals left, right, and centre. Like, he had a really good goal record, and now look at him. He is not the man I knew when he came to Chelsea.
To be fair to Timo, though, to be fair to him, like, I think someone brought up a comment about Poulsen, and which will be a very good move for us. But then it's more like we would need to start playing Leipzig's type of football. So to be fair to Frank Lampard, he's trying to incorporate Timo into Frank Lampard's style of play, which is clearly it's not working. I personally just think Timo was the wrong buy for Chelsea. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but I don't think Chelsea should have gone in for him in the first place unless we knew we were going to play with a number 9 such as Giroud and Timo right behind him. I don't see Timo Werner as a traditional number 9. He's more of just an inside forward, in my opinion. Like, you don't see Salah holding up defenders. You see him dribbling past defenders and dropping his shoulder, making the shots and stuff like that. Timo just literally runs in front of the striker, and the striker holds it off for him. Like, that's how I see Timo Werner as a player up front, which is why I always have mixed opinions on Werner starting, because until we change the system or bring in a Haaland or a Poulsen for Werner, it's never really going to work with him up top by himself.
Well,
I don't think, anyway.
Look, I was going to say, look, this CFCJ said we'll look at him at Southampton. To be fair, it was probably Timo Werner's one of Timo Werner's best games. He played up front. We had Hakim Ziyech on the right, Pulisic on the left, with Havertz playing behind, and the rotation of them and the movement of them looked so good. And that's why I think the formation that we're currently still playing at the moment is to accommodate them players. But what I think Lampard's fucked up on is that he's playing players in positions that obviously with the incident that can't perform to that level, so it's not working. So we need to have like a different system or a different style of play. But it is what it is, and we'll see what happens on the weekend. Just want to get your quick match predictions, what you think the score will be, and then we'll tie it up. Starting with Lambs, what do you think the score will be?
Sorry, I was on mute. I think 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
I don't feel.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I just looked at Sade in the chat and it just popped up in my face, and I thought, what the hell is that? No. But yeah, Anita, what do you think the score will be?
I think it's probably going to be a measly 1-0, maybe a 1-0 to Chelsea, or I think 1-0 to Chelsea maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Charlotte.
I think 2-1 Man City.
Ooh.
Okay. Going against us, yeah. All right, that's fair enough.
You know what? You know what? The last time I backed my team was against Arsenal, and I looked like a idiot. I'm not having that happen again. If we win, I'm going to be happy because I predicted wrong, which is great. I can celebrate. But if I'm right, enough's enough. Like, I don't have to be disappointed.
Yeah, fair enough. Beth.
I feel like I've got a 0-0 feeling here. I feel like it's going to be one of them overly cautious, not much going on kind of games.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Sophia.
I'm going to do 3-2 to Chelsea.
Ooh, interesting.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, potentially. I hope so as well. I hope so. Look, I think I'm going to always back my team. Like it's always going to happen. Even if I think we're going to lose, I won't. I'm the way I am, the way I'm built. Leave me alone. It's just that's who I am. Yeah. But I'm going with like a 2. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Chelsea. That's what I'm going for. I think we're going to win 2-1. And yeah, I mean, ladies, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. Coming on. Anita, Lambs, thank you. We'd love to see you more actually, if you are free to come on and have a chat. You know, we are here once a week anyway with the same ladies next year, so it'd be nice to have you on. Do you want to let people know where they can find you, Lambs, on socials?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. It's at Lamia Ahmed, and you can find me on Midnight Vibe Show as well, on Football Terrace, here and there on Monsters live streams for the Chelsea games. And I also do a show with Bits and Bobs as well called Don't Piss Me Off as well. So yeah.
Nice. Get following, people. Get following. Anita, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at FLWN_. Same thing with Twitter. You can find me on Gold Diggers UK at Gold Diggers UK _ on Instagram. You can find me on the Football Terrace. You can find us on some Tuesdays doing a Chelsea show, which I'd love to have you lovely ladies on. Jim didn't tell me that he's hiding you guys in his pocket, so now that I know. I want to thank you guys. Can you guys come on, please? Can you guys come on? Thanks.
Honored, Anita.
Please. Fam, these guys, sometimes I'm just like, I need another woman on here. Like, they just talk there. But
you know, I love the girls show because it's like it's all girls and then there's just Gem. Like it's just Gem. Like, and I hate it when you're like one of the only girls on the stream and you're like, come on, like just bring the girls on. Like
I want the girls to run away with this. Like I said, I don't want to be here, but eventually I won't. It will just be a show for you ladies to do and do your thing, and you know what I mean. But unless I grow my hair a bit longer, I don't. Really look like
get your wig.
Get my wig. Yeah? Get my wig. That's how it is. Beth, where can I find you?
At King Kai FC. Still sticking with that, guys. Still sticking with that at. Twitter, please. Thank you.
King Kai. She loves Kai Havertz so much that she has the name King Kai.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. Sophia, where can they find you?
Mine is Sophia CFC _ on Twitter.
Lovely, jubbly. And yeah, if you know where you can find me and Sophia also in the description below. You've got all our Twitters. You've also got the channel for the Discord as well, the link for the Discord. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your weekend and be safe, and we'll see you very, very, very soon.
It's like it's playtime and it's free time. In the dance, they have to take a glance, we stepping out.